Thank you, Paramjit and Shana. Friends and comrades, as we meet today in the shadow of the death of Vinod Raina and remember his gentle yet firm and persuasive manner, seek inspiration from his ideas and practices in the field of education, and draw hope from this and also from the work of scores of progressive educational initiatives across India, it is necessary that we try to understand and confront what exactly meaningful public education is really up against in this country. Judging by the experience of Delhi University over the last 3 years or so, a terrible destruction is underway. In the name of employability-informed academic reforms, sledgehammer blows from above have been shattering the fragile and sensitive world of higher education, twisting it out of recognition and setting disturbing precedents. Teachers, students and non-teaching employees have been traumatized in the process, and the citizens of India are being robbed of the promise of equal access to the excitement, pains and joys of independent, critical and reflective engagement with the best and the worst that has been said and written anywhere in the world about the universe. This extra academically driven, high voltage, undeliberated, anti-intellectual and democracy devouring process can only be expected to keep delivering increasingly distorted terms and conditions of work for employees and students, together with mind and imagination numbing nothingness masquerading as student-friendly, hands-on teaching modules and continuous evaluation. It can only be expected to keep querying the pitch for equitable access to and rights and liberties in education in a myriad different ways. It can only be expected to underdevelop education to the point of no return for a long time to come. This is why, for instance, the recent mauling of syllabi for semesterization and the four-year undergraduate program, or the brutalization of students and teachers by the police a couple of days ago outside the entrance to the arts faculty compound, shocking though these are, come as no surprise. The tragedy is compounded in that this counter-revolution in education, which neither is nor can remain restricted to higher education alone, is happening at a time when the demand among citizens and the need for equal access to affordable and meaningful public education, for cultivating critical analytical capacities, open empathetic imaginations, and the desire to explore the meaning of becoming fully human could not have been greater. It is happening at a time when the need for citizens to value the rights and freedoms without which all of the above would be unattainable could not have been greater. It is happening at a time when the need to deepen the link between education and democracy, not only by making education accessible to all, but by following in letter and spirit due process and radically transforming what is taught and how inside the classroom and outside could not have been greater. The madness of markets, Modi's rise and blood-soaked Muzaffarnagar, together with so much else that is unfolding in India and across the globe, leave little room for doubt that we are already inhabiting an authoritarian political culture with mass-based barbarism staring us in the face. Educated citizens, wedded to rights, freedoms and critical inquiry are the need of the hour, not courtiers and conformists, if sovereignty is to remain not just popular but democratic too. The PUDR's decision to organize today's meeting, The State of Education in India, Knowledge, Equity and Democratic Rights, could not have come at a more crucial juncture in the life of